when you were 12 down at one point?
Yeah, there was a lot of, it was a nervous day for me. It's kind of just that weird, the way it plays out to say Southeast can't move on the ladder, but they can have an influence on where we are on the ladder. And, when you're thinking about playing a first finals game, do you want to travel to Perth or would you rather stay in Melbourne? And so, there was always, for me, it was like, well, they just get a kind of a free hit to just go out and, shoot and confidence and nothing really matters about what they do. And I think any time you have a team coming in that mode, it's always a really dangerous situation. But, yeah, I love the way we started the game. And then for me it was just, that 5-minute period, back end of the second, it's 5 to 16 or something like that, and we got a little bogged down. We didn't finish stuff, and they were, really moving the basketball quickly and causing us some problems in some closeouts. So yeah, through that period there was some nervous moments, but yeah, liked a lot of things that we did, in the second half, and to win 3 quarters of the game tonight and be solid for most of it. I was pretty pleased, but shout out to Kyle Bowen and Tanner Krebs for what they did tonight with Jack out and CG on a little bit of a restricted minute thing tonight and stuff like that. So we needed more from those guys, and they both really stepped up. So hugely pleasing for the confidence they'll take into the playoffs.
Can you elaborate on CJ's minutes restriction?
No, he had a little bit of tightness, and so it was just don't stretch him too long and stuff like that. So he was fine.
What do you think changed the game? You went on a 12-0 run in that third quarter. What do you feel as though was the difference in that momentum changing?
I think we found, against their coverage, CG made some good passes to the short roll, and, we hit 3 out of it. Tanner got a great cut along the baseline. So, yeah, I just think, figuring out their coverage, they try and push us left a lot all night, and how do we counter that? And so there's a bit of a chess game with that, and moments we were really good, and some other times that their influence kind of slowed us down a little bit. So things to keep getting better at, but pleasing performance, great crowd. The goal for this club every year is can you finish top 2, and so we tick that one off and we move on.
You touched on the forward reinforcements, but your backcourt of Delly and Shea were outstanding throughout the whole game. How good is it just to have those 2 experienced guys leading the way for you?
Yeah, I thought Dell had a great second half, and once he put his feet in the paint and just made really strong decisions there. It was great for us. Shea, I think he nearly was second player of the game. Probably nearly had a baseline dunk and probably had another dunk down the middle that he got fouled on, I thought. And so great seeing him show that athleticism and speed that he does. So they're different point guards, but they both bring special skills to the game.
And you end up winning the rebound count, even without Whitey. That must be pretty pleasing.
Yeah, well, I thought it was a concern, especially in that period that we weren't good. The second shots that they came up with and the O boards, and we kind of talked about the game last night, the Adelaide-Perth game, and when it got crunch time, who was coming up with extra possessions, and for that little period before the half, we just weren't good enough with our physicality, and that'll be something that we'll look back on and say if that's a playoff game that can end it right there if you don't get those things done.
Delhi, the top 2 finish must be pretty satisfying. You had to do it the hard way in the last, definitely over the last month.
Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of dropped a couple and put ourselves in a tougher position, but the competition's been so tight for the last month. It's felt more like playoff intensity, so I think that should prepare us well for the month ahead.
How satisfying was it to win a throwdown? They really came out and fired a few shots, didn't they, early?
Yeah, I mean, they've been playing some really good basketball, especially lately, a lot of offensive weapons, so we knew it was going to be a tough game. coming in, but I mean, I think KB and was unbelievable all night. He does the little things every game for us, every training he brings it, and he's been awesome all year. So to see him get kind of to show it to everyone the last couple of games, stepping up while Whitey's been down has been awesome for us.
And Dean touched on Tanner's impact. I think he had 16 points in the end. Outstanding performance.
Yeah, I mean, he can really fill it up, and he works hard every day, getting his extra shots, playing in, the low-minute games sometimes. And, yeah, I thought he was on the boards. He got on the floor for a couple loose balls. He finished with 3 steals. So I think that one possession where he got on the floor twice, I think Robbie got on the floor, really, helped lift everyone else as well.
You're one of the veterans of the team. How valuable is this little break going to be for you? I suppose, and the team, because it is an older team, I suppose, compared to a lot of the other finals teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be good, hit the weights, get our recovery in. We're, unlike, I think, last year, we're going to know our opponent probably in the next week or so. So we're going to be able to prepare well. Coaches will give us a good game plan, good scout report, and everyone will be locked in on that. So looking forward to digging in on that.
Dean, is there anything in particular that you want to work on in the lead up to that, that semi-final series?
Yeah, I think it's, firstly we'll sit down. We started the conversation tonight. Our high performance staff are all over what that period looks like. I think we possibly don't play to the 27th, so it's 19 kind of days, and what's that look like, and we'll present a plan to the players, and we'll take their input on that about where we get gameplay, how much gameplay we get, how much rest, how much a couple of fun activities to mix in there as well. And so once we lock down that plan early next week, and then just go for it, because it's a little bit different this year. You felt that Wollongong series last year, it was like, well, we tried everything we could to be up to speed, but that game one, it just didn't feel like we were at speed. So, there's no kind of advantage in just playing those hard games right before the semi-finals. Right now, everyone's going to have this little break, and hopefully our performance staff feel like we can do it the best and come out ready.
And I told you I moved into 7th all-time on the coaching winners list. What does that mean to you on a personal level? And I suppose, Delly, you can probably talk about what impact he's had on the group.
No, look, I'll reflect somewhere in my career when it's over about, what I did and longevity of being in the game. But, Bob Turner, who I think they told me I just passed, was someone that gave me a great opportunity in the game to, we won a championship at the Tigers, and then he grabs me and takes me to Singapore and has me coach the national team and start up a new franchise in a new country. And unbelievable opportunity that he gave me, and something I probably need to give him a little call and reflect on some of those times. But there's people on that list are amazing people and what they've contributed to the game, and it's an honour just to be up around them.
I think obviously, a lot of amazing names on that list, and I think what Dean brings is he brings it every day, whether it's practice during the week, shoot around, that intensity and focus is there, and to be able to bring that over a long period of time just shows how much he loves the game, but also how much of a competitor he is.
Tally, I just want to touch on that partnership between you and Shay, which looks like it's really started to really develop. Like, I know you've played together for quite a while now, in the gap year and that, but it looked tonight like he was really aggressive and kind of, getting in the paint, getting his shots in the first half, and then after half time it was like, okay, now it's your turn to have a crack at it. It looks like you've kind of got a balance together. Do you talk about that, about who's going to go, do you know what I mean? Like, can you explain a bit about that?
Yeah, it's not like your turn, my turn, but I think it's, if they're helping off or if I'm driving, he does a good job of cutting and going with speed and momentum and getting on the rim. Then we've found some things in press break as well to utilise his speed and athleticism to get downhill. And then defensively, I think, we've always combined well on that end. And, you can have offensive chemistry with people, but you can also have defensive chemistry. And I think, we have that, whether it's switching out or, helping and being in the right spot or rotating and reading each other's aggression. But, he's such a competitor and fun to play with.
I guess, you have that 19-day break and you touched on it a little bit, but for yourself, what sort of things do you do to go, okay, I know I'm not going to have a competitive game for 19 days. How do you stay in that shape where you're going to be ready to go for that first game?
Yeah, I think, on Monday I'll sit down with Steve and Jay and have a good chat with them about what I need to do weight room and rehab wise, what the hard days of practice are going to look like, how all that's spaced out, what I need to hit in the weight room, and then just keep getting a lot of recovery, eat a lot of steak and oysters, and hopefully, it's sunny but not too hot.
What about the mental side of it in terms of, okay, like, how important is it now your kind of journey now starts to, okay, we can win the title from here? Yeah,
I mean, there's a long way to go before that. It'll be review this game first, then it'll watch that third, fourth game, and then once that happens, the coaches will have all the info available for us, and it'll just be digging into individual scouts, the team scout on both ends, and really talking with the coaches, talking with the other boys, like what worked well in the games we played against these teams, what do we need to get better at, what things can we exploit, and I think with this group, a lot of high IQ people that have played a lot of basketball, so that's going to be an advantage that I think we've done a good job of utilising.
Dean, I know that you're big on, I guess, the little wins, and you're even up the series with South East Melbourne, but you've also got quite a lot of guys nominated for awards, which I'm sure if you haven't submitted your votes, you will be doing that soon. Can you talk, I guess, a bit about the pride in that?
Firstly on the throwdown, 2 each this year, and to play meaningful games like that at the end of the year, for us to be the last game of the year, and then possibly have the opportunity to have a throwdown final coming as well. And that's what I've always wanted for Victorian basketball, is both teams to be great and go battle, and things it's great for the competition and for Victorian basketball. So I wish them the best of luck in their finals run. Awards night. So pleased to have 3 people nominated for Defensive Player of the Year in the club that we want to be. I see Marcus nominated for Sixth Man of the Year as well. Our 2 imports just proves the selflessness of our team for those guys that haven't been having the willingness to come off the bench, where they both could be starters as well. CG had an unbelievable year, just an amazing year. A few injuries in the latter half of it and different things, but he was amazing. That middle stretch of the year, the performances that he put together, and I think he'll have a great finals run as well. So, congratulations to all of them, and hopefully we come away with something.
Justin. Just jump in for a couple of quick ones. First of all, just circling back to that extended break. You talk to most clubs and sporting organisations around the world, and they hate such a long break. I'm just wondering how you view, almost effectively a 19-day break. We understand what the FIBA windows are, and there's a lot of things I like about the FIBA window and how it prepares
maybe the next group of Aussies to be ready for, big tournaments down the track. And, Jacob obviously gets the opportunity to coach it, and he gets those kind of reps into coaching a national team. And so, there's a lot of positive parts to it. The negative side for us is I'm sure we'd love to play a game in a week, but, we have some bodies that are not right, and so we can take advantage of getting those ones right, and have some beat up on each other in a few scrimmages, and make sure that we do things that are really high intensity, but also have some fun and enjoy it. It's been a grind just being on the road for that period, but we were pretty good, and so now we just get to really enjoy our basketball, but go at it.
Just in terms of just the title race in general, how do you think you guys are placed to go all the way?
Yeah, we finished second. We're one game off Illawarra. They beat us twice, and I don't think there was anyone else in the league that beat us in a series this year. So we've shown that we can beat everybody, and there's obviously a little bit of luck. You need to be healthy. You need a ball to bounce the right way a couple of times. We need to, on tonight, show a little bit more foul discipline. Putting a team to the line 36 times is not something that we want to do, and a lot of areas to still get better at, but we're right there in the mix.